Welcome back to Chennai, and we've got the Touring Cars Superstock and Esteem Cup coming up next. But of course, we couldn't come to Chennai and the Madras Motor Racetrack without speaking to Vicky Chandok. Vicky, it's lovely to see you again at this annual meeting we seem to have.
Thank you, and you know, we've got the sun shining. It's cold wherever you're coming from, so we promised you good weather, and here it is. Great racing, lovely day, full grids on the touring cars, full grids on the MRF 1600s and the 2 liters. Today's the finale for the 2-liter championship as well, so I think all in all, it's a good weekend to be at.
It's certainly a good weekend, and also it's been so entertaining, especially for this category. We're going to see so much in this next race in just a few minutes.
Well, Louise, to be honest, what we've done is we've combined all the grids to run concurrently in the touring cars, which has suddenly made racing so much better.
Yeah.
Because we've combined the different categories to get them running concurrently, and all the problems that they had, saying, oh, no, somebody's going to slow us down, somebody's going to... The racing has suddenly turned out to be brilliant, and, you know, that's what we're all here for.
It really has, and as I said at the start, this has become an annual meeting for us. And may I say, the work that you've done on the circuit looks fantastic. I walked down that pit lane the first day and just said, wow.
And you know, I think going by any record set worldwide, this has been finished in a year's time. I mean, at the last meeting that you all were here, none of this was here. So we started work after that, and we've got to this in a year's time. It's a great paddock. I've had good feedback from everybody, including yourself. And I think all in all, we've got permanent rally tracks coming up, rallycross coming up, dirt track, drag strip. We've got it all in one area. That's what we've aimed to do. Next time you're here, we'll take you around for that as well.
That'd be fantastic. You're going to be busy.
I am. I think it's taking its toll, but it's well worth it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Like I say, it does look great. Your commentator for the race today is David Addison. David, it's over to you.
Louise, thank you very much. Yes, where would motor racing, motorsport in India be without the Chandok family? And Vicky Chandok, huge enthusiast, of course, not only for the sport, for the Madras Motor Race track, but also he has guided son Karun's career as well through the single-seater ranks. And I still remember the first time I came here in the late 90s, Karun was a runner from the results office. 5-minute board is shown. Before we go racing, let's hear from more of the drivers. Back to Louise on the grid.
A dominant driver, in fact. Ashish, this has been your weekend. Can you make it 3 out of 3?
I'm hoping to make it 3 out of 3, but let's see how the race goes. It's quite hot today.
It is very hot indeed. David, back to you. Thanks.
2 wins out of 2 races for the Bangalore driver Ashish Ramaswamy, starting on pole position on the outside of this 1x1 staggered grid that we run for the touring cars. We've lost, by the look of it, a couple from near the back of the grid, the rigours of 2 free practice sessions out of qualifying, and then already 2 races have taken their toll a little bit. But one car that has been in the wars mechanically is on the grid, 4th in fact, which is that of C. Rajaram. There it is, number 60. Ragul Rangasamy to the left of him, number 99, who is the man to beat in the Esteem Cup. Vinod S comes next. 23 you see there is Karthikeyan. And then there's R.P. Rajaram. Next on the grid is Archit Mailander. Number 6 is that of Srinivas Ijtc. In place is Archit Mailander. Swati Jatarekar is there, so too is Pratyu. Prabhu A.S. behind Kamlesh Palmer ahead of Viram Pithiwala. Number 1 is Kasha Sai. 97 is Nikun Vag ahead of 33, Vishnu Aditya, and then Chris D'Souza rounds out the grid in the Honda Brio. So Vidya Prakash is missing, so also is Tarun Kumar, whose Suzuki Zen has had all sorts of problems over the weekend. But we do have, at the very back, Raja Shekhar, so he is there. You see there's the gap of a couple of cars before you get to the Honda City. So as I say, the demands of a lot of track time has taken its toll on 1 or 2, but we still should have a very lively race here. Expect this man to disappear into the distance, though, because Ashish Ramaswamy has just been so good and error-free as well over the weekend that it's hard to imagine anybody stopping the Arca Motorsports run Suzuki Esteem. Vicky Chandok pre-race referred to the fact that all the saloon classes are combined, so what that gives you is the Indian Touring Car Championship, the Indian Junior Touring Car Championship, also the Suzuki Esteem Cup and the Superstock category, which effectively is for the less modified, almost showroom spec cars. The green flag wave then, and this is going to be a 12-lap race. This is not the start of it, it's the last sighting lap to get the warmth into the MRF rubber as the cars then move down towards turn 1. But the point made also about combining the classes does mean that pretty much everybody, with the exception of Ashish Ramaswamy, has somebody to race against. We've had some very good battles over the course of the weekend. So this busy grid of touring cars then works its way up through turn 1, that long right-hander. The sharper 90-degree right takes you to turn 3 and 90-degree left, and when they get back to the line, Vidya Prakash will start from the back of the grid, but it's Ashish Ramaswamy who will line up on pole position with Nakanthram second. The second row is Vijay Kumar. Rajaram is going to line up fourth. Raghu Rangasamy fifth, ahead of Vinod S. Karthikeyan and Rajarajan are on the fourth row. Row 5 is Archit Mailanda and Srinivas Ijtc, ahead of Platu, and then Swajit Chareka with the car of Kamlesh Palmer and then Prabhu A.S., both out of the junior championship on the 7th row of the grid. The little Honda Brio there going through shot, the black and white car of Chris D'Souza, one to watch, had a gearbox problem and missed the first race after qualifying, but Chris raced hard in the first of the races today, race 2 of the weekend, and we want to watch in this as well. The Japanese shapes dominate. Hot hatches are plenty. Number 1, you'll just see going out of shot there, Kasha Sai. He had a bright orange Honda City yesterday, which dumped a lot of liquid down at turn 1, so he's found a spare car overnight, and Arca Motorsports have installed him in an Esteem, and that puts him, he stays, as far as I can see, within the super stock class, but he runs in a different car for races 2 and 3. You have Platu, 29, Prabhu A.S., who was the junior winner yesterday. Those Kasha Sai going through. 97's Carl Human Dog here. Nikhil Val, who was in the time war earlier on today. And there at the back is Raja Shekhar, who had a wheel part company car in qualifying. But all good. He's on the grid here. So into turn 12 they come. And up to the grid comes Ashish Ramaswamy then for pole position. With him at the front is Nakanthram, who had a spin in race 2 in the pale blue Esteem and damaged the left rear corner, ended up in the pit lane. The car put back together. It's another of those run by the Arca Motorsports team. Then you've got Vijay Kumar just creeping into place behind him. And there at the very back is Raja Shekhar, and as soon as he is in position, we'll be good to go. So the Honda City slots into position. Ahead of him, Chris D'Souza and also Vishnu Aditya. They had a great battle in race 2. More of the same, please. The silver car of Raghu Rangasamy, class champion in saloons, class champion in single-seaters, 1600s and 1300s. He's on the grid, good to go, one of the more experienced pedallers. And so now we await the 5-second board, and then the red lights that come on now. Engine notes rise. Who is going to make the best start? It should be Ramaswamy, who storms away from the line. A good start though by Raghu Rangasamy. Look in the silver Esteem. Class winner in both races early on in the weekend, and he's 4th overall on the run towards turn 1. But it is going to be Ashish Ramaswamy who leads then. Second is Nakanthram. Vijay Kumar 3rd, and 23 Karthikeyan tries to get it around the outside look of Raghu Rangasamy as they turn towards turn 2. Next in the queue, there, number 60, the dark blue car of Rajran, another in the Esteem, so they all scrabble their way through turn 2 for the first time. There's a Honda Jazz in strife, and that is the car of Kamlesh Palmer getting it all wrong. On the inside, all over the curb, Karthikeyan having the race of the weekend for him here, gets up ahead of Vijay Kumar. Rangasamy gets up past him as well, and so also does Rajaram. So dropping back from his 3rd on the grid, Vijay Kumar losing place after place after place, while up front, getting away, of course, is Ashish Ramaswamy. Out of turn 4 they come. On the outside line there, look, 41 is Archit Mailanda, coming under attack from Vinod S in the red Esteem. Out of that long turn 5, Vinod S almost runs out of road. Has he got the inside line for the next corner? He's got the curb, he's got the grass, but he's on the outside now, coming into turn 6. Can he go through? No, he's still hung out to dry on the outside line. Kratu turns through in 66, being chased by Ijtc as the leaders come down then towards turn 8 with getting away up front Ramaswamy. In second spot there it is Nicanthrem, and third, having a great run here, is the car of Kartikeyan in this shorter 8-lap race as they come down towards the right-hander of turn 8. There on the inside line is Sasha Kai, taking to the curb, trying to gain ground and keep ahead of the opposition. Souza is ahead of Prabhu, who is ahead of Kamlesh Palmer in the junior fight towards the rear of the pack for the moment, as the race leader is about to come up and complete lap 1 as the mid-pack comes into turn 10. Vinores looking for a way to get past Mylander there, but he can't do it. Horns racing. Esteem fends him off. The Team N1 car out of turn 11. Over the brow they will come absolutely nose to tail. Vinores looks for the inside line as the leader goes through, and Ramaswamy at the end of the opening lap of the race is 6 seconds clear of anybody else. Third going through, it is Kartikeyan, and in fourth place Rangasamy ahead of Rajaram. Second spot, but a long way adrift, so his target now is to hang on to that second place. There is Kartikeyan, who had a spin in the first race. Indeed, he was off the road 3 times on the opening lap, at which point he decided to park it. He had a better run this morning in the second race, but now going great guns into third already, doing his level best to close on the opposition as the cars accelerate their way up then towards the midpoint of lap 2. There is Rajaram, whose car retired in both races 1 and 2, hoping that it stays together. One thing that we have had over the course of the weekend in the 12-lap races, there have been cars running low on fuel. That's why this is down to 8 laps to get rid of that problem. There in the pit lane is Vijay Kumar. Remember, he was losing ground on the opening lap. Well, it's all, I'm afraid, come to a rather sorry end for him, and he's in the pit lane. Side by side for what is now third place. We've got Rajaram attacking Kartikeyan. He's up past Raghu Rangasamy anyway, but you can see now the way that he's going. A good effort being put in this by Rajaram, and hoping that with a shorter distance that's going to help him get to the end this time around. The cars now accelerating their way down towards turn 8. All the while getting away up front is Ramaswamy. Closer though to the pack as they come now through turns 11 and 12. There's the leader down towards turn 1. Nicanthrem through behind. There you've got Rajaram and Kartikeyan having fallen back behind it, coming under attack from now the silver car of Rangasamy. Also going quite strongly at the moment, look, is as they come up towards turn 2, the best of the Honda Jazz is there, which looks like the car of Viren Pitiwala, which suffered a bit of damage in yesterday's race. So for fourth place, a pivotal fight is now between Kartikeyan, Rangasamy and Pitiwala. It is indeed Viren Pitiwala who comes through. All over the curb, all over the dirt. There's drama in the background as well. Cars on the grass, dust in the air. So have they all survived? Let's see, as up the inside, Pitiwala tries to have a go at Rangasamy. Oh, so close to contact, but the Esteem just stays ahead. Accelerating their way then now through turn 5, and although Kartikeyan's car in theory should be quicker, he's not being able to shake off the challenge of Raghu Rangasamy here. The two of them still running together, both Suzuki Esteems, slightly differing modification levels for the Indian Touring Car Championship spec car of Kartikeyan compared to the one behind from the Esteem Cutlass. Here, look, you've got 33, which is Vishnu Aditya, versus number 21, the Honda Jazz of Kamlesh Palmer, versus Krista Souza, and they are having a great battle as they wriggle their way through the mid part of the lap here. Souza battled long and hard with Aditya in the earlier race today, but now he's got his work cut out and get past his class rival, because Kamlesh Palmer is another of those in the junior category. Down they come, side by side this for fourth place. Rangasamy just fending off Viren Pitiwala as they come up towards the timing line, so the Honda Jazz will come through on the tail of the Esteem. Ramaswamy leading though by 15 seconds now from Rajaram. Third is this fight, Kartik Kayan ahead of Rangasamy, and then through goes 27. So Virapetiwala around the outside line. They're going for fourth place. Is it going to work for him? He's still on the outside line all the way up towards turn 2, and he can't quite do it. Virapetiwala, for reasons unknown, has been missed for a lap on the timing screen, but he's very definitely there, and he's up the inside of Rangasamy, and that was a good pass. Through he goes on the inside into fourth place now. Rangasamy hanging on to the lead of his class. Goes through, down to now 5th place. But up front, Ashish Ramaswamy leads the way. Now there's Kamlesh Palmer. In turn, he is clear of Prabhu AS in the Toyota there, the yellow and blue car in the background, that is in the mix for junior class honours. They turn out of turn 2 with the dust settling behind. Those Honda Jazzes have been in the walls rather all weekend, depending on the driver. And at the back of the pack, you see 97, Nicholas Varg. His car was in a tyre wall in race 2 earlier. They battled and all up the curve there. Number 14, RP Rajarajan with his Esteem. And is that the race leader with a problem? Yes, it is, and a big problem. It's mechanical smoke, and for the first time all weekend, there is a big problem for Ashish Ramaswamy. And on this lap 4 out of 8, he comes to a halt. So that's going to shuffle the order, and it will put Nicantram into the lead, so near to the perfect weekend. And yet so far, halfway through the last race, Ashish Ramaswamy parks by the side of the road. Clambers out of the car. But that, I'm afraid to say, is the end of the racing for him. This is the order then for the race lead as they go out of turn 1. Nicantram ahead of Rajaram now. Up towards turn 2, the gap between the pair is 1 second. Now, Rajaram has had very little luck this weekend. Nicantram's had 1 podium finish and an accident. So it's going to be a real boost for both of them here. They accelerate on up towards the turn 4 part of the circuit, as there you see Ramaswamy trudge away. Race leaders then getting themselves together, as they are lower down as well, because this is now for 4th place, where Kartik Kayan has dropped back behind Raghuram Rangasamy this time. He's all kicking off in the junior class again. D'Souza has got himself ahead of Prabhu S and leads the class. Kamlesh Palmer is in the mix, therefore is Nicholas Varg as they come across the line. But D'Souza is once again, as he was in race 2 of the weekend, stuck behind the Honda City there of Vishnu Aditya as they come across the line. So Prabhu S makes a move on the inside line. D'Souza fends him off though. Race leader comes now down through turns 8 and 9, and starting this lap 1 second covered Nicantram and Rajaram. So can Nicantram keep out of trouble and hang on to the advantage? Meanwhile, thinking of keeping out of trouble, all over the grass goes Prabhu AS, that gives to the outside Kamlesh Palmer a chance to challenge. Chris D'Souza fending them both off as they accelerate now towards turn 4. Trying to play catch up as well is 97 Nikunj Varg in the other Honda Jazz, but he's not quite got there yet. Kartik Kayan, meantime, still squabbling with Raghuram Rangasamy here. They go past the stricken car of double race winner of the weekend, Ashish Ramaswamy. Now look, Virapetiwala having got himself up past Kartik Kayan, running now in a good 3rd place. Nicantram is pulling away from Rajaram. Now it's 1.9 seconds between the two. Still continues in the junior class, where round the outside Nikunj Varg was ahead of Kamlesh Palmer, ran out of road, as did Prabhu AS. But even with all the rally crossing, he gets back onto the circuit and stays ahead of Kamlesh Palmer. So grass and all, Nikunj Varg goes through, gains the place. It's still D'Souza there in the little Honda Brio, leading his class. Prabhu AS, who's had a class win as well this weekend, right there behind him, and they're all stuck behind the Honda City. They can't find a way past it. The junior, certainly the Honda, is very good indeed through the corners, but in a straight line, the Honda City has the advantage, and the way that he defends is very impressive in the case of Vishnu Aditya. We saw it in the earlier race today, seeing it again now. the car looks so soft on the suspension, but as he comes out of turn 12 rather, over the timing line, now look, in a straight line he starts to get away. D'Souza then is left to check his mirrors because he's being crawled all over by Prabhu AS, who has a look to the inside at turn 1, but that doesn't work for him. We're on lap 7 now, as far as the race leader is concerned. Nicanthrum's already gone through. Prabhu AS looks for a way past D'Souza. Rajaram, I fear, may have dropped out of it altogether as D'Souza goes for the inside to finally try and get past the Honda City, and he has done it. But now look, in a straight line, let's see whether, as they come up towards turn 4 out of this next kink, Ijtc can fight back, and he does on the outside line as Prabhu AS goes for the inside in the yellow and blue Toyota. There's the Honda with all the power in a straight line, going back ahead of the little Honda. D'Souza breaks desperately late and retakes the position. Fantastic stuff. D'Souza now gets one car between himself and the class opposition, and that's important. Side by side, Prathu is 66, looking for a way to get past Srinivas Tija, and is he going to be able to get the inside line on the run here, down towards the last corner? He's going to have a look, but he can't do it. So Srinivas Tija K with his Honda stays clear just for the moment. Past the pits, absolutely side by side. Down they head towards the right-hander of turn 1, but Srinivas Tija hangs on to 8th place. Prathu is 9th, and Srinivas Tija leads the Superstock class at the moment. Prathu is in the Esteem Cup, and he's up the inside as well, and he goes through. As there, look, you've got now Vishnu Aditya back ahead of Chris D'Souza. There's confirmation that Prathu has put the move on Srinivas Tija K and has taken 8th place. What's going on in the junior school? It's still Chris D'Souza ahead of Prabhu, and then behind the pair of them is RP Rajarajan, who is another of the Superstock class drivers, up the inside and goes through. So he's in a different class in real terms, and he's trying to work his way through the opposition. There is Nicanthrump. The timing screen is having another aberration. It's saying that he's leading by over a lap at the moment, which is not the case. But he will come through, and the last lap board is being made ready. So, as I say, the timing is having a small drama because it says he's already done 7 laps, and this will be the 8th. But it won't be. It'll be the start of the 8th. So through he goes. Goes over the line, chased by Rajaram. The rest of the pack battle through with now the race lead after 8 laps being given to Viren Pitawala. So it's going to take some unravelling, this race wheel, I'm afraid, at the end. The junior battle, however, is a lot easier to unravel. It's just about Chris D'Souza fending off Prabhu AS at the moment. There, look, is Nicanthrump leading the way. Rajaram in 2nd spot as they come through the S up towards turn 4. And these longer 12-lap races early on in the weekend, costing people finishes really with the fuel. This, reduced to 8 laps, has still had its dramas, especially, of course, for Ashish Ramaswamy. There you've got Rajaram still pursuing Nicanthrump, who will make his way up towards the line and a race win. So a good way to round out the weekend after the disappointment of retiring from race 2. Drama behind, Chris D'Souza to the outside of Vishnu Aditya while he fends off Prabhu AS. So D'Souza, concerned with a class win, everything he's doing is affected by having this Honda ahead of him that he can't stay ahead of. He can get by, but he can't stay there. So as they come now up towards the timing line, in a straight line, that Honda has got a slightly bigger engine and can pull away through the corners. The Honda is so good. It's been a great battle race long. Here, though, is the Nicanthrump heading towards a race win. He comes down now towards the right-hander of turn 12. A 2-second cushion he had going onto this last lap. And so now Nicanthrump comes through, checkered flag is at the ready, and Nicanthrump wins. Then in the Suzuki Esteem, he goes through ahead of Rajaram in 2nd place. And what about 3rd? It should be Viren Pitawala, who's had a rather mixed weekend. But should be on for third place. Now, what else kicks off around the lap? There is Pitawala for third place. Fourth should be Kartikeyan ahead of Raghu Rangasamy, but they're some way back from the Honda Jazz, having its best finish of the weekend. There's Kartikeyan, who takes fourth, and Raghu Rangasamy fifth, but he wins the Esteem Cup. And this is the junior battle still. D'Souza ahead of Prabhu, and Chris D'Souza still frustrated that he can't stay ahead of Vishnu Aditya, but very concerned indeed with keeping at bay Prabhu AS, the Honda which has grown in livery over the weekend as well. It was just matte black on Friday. The stickers arrived on Saturday morning, and now Chris D'Souza looking for a second-class win of the weekend as he tries to get up alongside the Honda. Is it going to pay off for him? It can't, I don't think, in a straight line, but through the corners he might just have a chance. Again, the very good defensive driving of Aditya comes into play. He looks in the mirror. Prabhu AS lines up to have a go at D'Souza. That doesn't work either. The level of presentation and preparation of the cars in the Touring Car Championship much improved for this year. The quality of racing very good indeed. It's not quite as crash-ridden as last season, but it's very entertaining nonetheless. And look at this as they fan out across the road. D'Souza boxed in behind the Honda. He moves across, then that means that Prabhu puts two wheels on the dirt and down towards turn 10 into 11 they will come. Then in a moment the Honda tries to get up the inside of the longer booted Honda City, but D'Souza is going to be denied the chance, I think, to challenge, and then in a straight line Aditya will pull away. But what about the class lead? Here comes Prabhu up the inside. He's going to have a go, is he? He does have a go, but he can't quite do it. Behind them is Rajarajan as they come up towards the line, so D'Souza is going to hang on there. Look, number 71 in the Honda Brio to win for the second time today in the junior class, just keeping at bay Prabhu S, and then Nikunj Vag comes home third in the class, number 97 behind them. But well done to this man, Nikantharam, who takes the class win in the Indian Touring Car part of the race, and as well, of course, is an outright winner. So a very happy man indeed. Confirmation of the results. Nikantharam, the winner from Rajaram. Biren Pitawala takes third ahead of Kartikeyan, and then Raghu Rangasamy wins the Esteem Cup ahead of regular bridesmaid this weekend, Vinod S. Other classes, the Superstocks taken by Srinivas Tija K, and the juniors, deservedly you might argue after the work he put in, Chris D'Souza down in 14th place. So then the drivers making their way back into the pit lane, and a great effort by Nikantharam as he stops on the checkered lines. The winning margin in the end, 3.3 seconds over Rajaram, but I suspect that he'll just be happy to have got to the end, unlike this man, because Ashish Ramaswamy ends up as a spectator. But 2 race wins out of 3, not bad, but there will be some frustration that he couldn't do the treble. 3 races for the Indian Touring Cars. Very lively they have all been. And out of the car, Biren Pitawala, who was in real strife on Friday in the practice and qualifying sessions. The car that just did not want to play at all, but it's all come good late in the weekend. Third, and that's another of the cars from the Indian Touring Car Championship element in this combined race. And it's good to see some variety, isn't it, other than the Esteems. Suzuki's, the Honda Jazz taking them on, not quite on the same pace, but taking a podium. That's a good, popular result. So, Nikantharam it is then who takes the race win. And the drivers will be rounded up in a moment, and we'll hear in a moment from Biren Pitawala once he got his crash helmet off. He does so now. Louise orchestrating all of this so that we can have a word with the top 3 drivers. Biren Pitawala, the man in third in the Honda Jazz, and as I say, it's been a good way to round out a rather difficult weekend for Biren Pitawala. Let's hear from him now with Louise.
Biren Pitawala, that was some great racing. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. Thank you so much. It was a great drive.
And you got it onto the podium.
Yes, finally, we've been trying since quite some time now, and we've had a little tough weekend as far as the setup is going. So we're very happy with this result. I would like to thank my team and my entire staff. Thank you so much.
Thank you, well done.
Thank you.
In the end, 15.6 seconds behind the winner, so there's more pace to be found in the car, but as I say, the fact that it's there in the top three, and it's mixing it against what, to the naked eye, seem rather more modified cars. Shows the potential is there, and the whole package is making progress. So down in the pit lane, see some of the drivers and engineers from the MRF Challenge. They'll be on track soon. But second of the touring car drivers home was C. Rajaram. He's with Louise.
Rajaram, how was that race for you?
Good. I lost 2 races, yesterday one and today morning one, because of some small problems in the car. Today's morning race I was actually about to move into 3rd place and my fuel shut off for reasons not known, so I had to back out in the last one lap. I feel great by coming second in this race.
Thank you, well done.
Thank you.
And V. Nikanthram stands in the background, a race winner, and he too has had a pretty mixed weekend that's all come good at the end, because although he had a podium in race 1, he had that spin and the damage in race 2. So a good way for Nikanthram, Louise, to round out the weekend.
Nikanthram, that certainly is the way to round up your weekend. You've been battling hard all weekend.
Yeah, that was a very tough battle. I actually thought I finished second till the end, but then I saw Ashish's car parked to the side of the road. So
what did you think at that point when you saw him parked at the side of the road?
I just wanted to finish the race safe and just play a safe game till the end.
Well, you've done that and you can now celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done to V. Nikanthram, a teammate, of course, to the driver that retired, because he also comes from the Arca Motorsports team, as does Ashish Ramaswamy. And as the drivers head to the podium, let's look at the highlights then of race 3, the last race of the weekend for the touring cars. Ashish Ramaswamy, as expected from pole position, bolted into the race lead. Plenty of battles, though, raged on behind him. First one in stride, getting it all crossed up, was Kamlesh Palmer going through turn 2. Then he managed to hang on to it and battle his way back on track. Good fight between Kartikeyan and Rajaram, 2 drivers that have been in the wars over the weekend. As they squabble, though, so Ramaswamy built up the advantage, and Plateau went rallycrossing coming out of turn 12. Biren Pitiwala was a man on a mission, though, going around the outside of Raghu Rangasamy, and then there was smoke from the back of the leader's car. Ashish Ramaswamy had to park it, and that was the race, the day, the weekend, all done. Ramaswamy trudged away, and that put Nikanthram into the lead of the race. Behind him in second spot was Rajaram, as Kartikeyan continued his battle with 99 of Raghu Rangasamy. The Jazzes got themselves together as Nico Duvag and Kamlesh Palmer bounced their way out of turn 8. Krista Souza was in a very fierce fight indeed to try to hang on to the lead of the junior class, as up front Nikanthram was the race leader, and after 8 laps of the Madras Motor Race track, a race winner, as he had built an advantage of 3.3 seconds. There was no stopping him as he powered his way over the timing line, and Nikanthram a winner in our final touring car race of the weekend. So the drivers getting ready for the podium. We may, in fact, have 2 podiums here, because they may well have one carried over from this morning. So we shall wait and see what the officials elected to do. But this might take a while, as they're the Madras Motorsports Club organising team. Pose for a group photograph in this, the 66th year of organising motorsport, with the governor, Vicky Chandhok, at the front. So Nikanthram, Raghu Rangasamy, Srinivas Teja K and Krista Souza, the winners of the 4 classes that are all mixed together for the touring car races. And the drivers, as I say, now being brought forward, or very shortly brought forward to the podium. Trouble is, I think some of the people in that group photograph might be needed to coordinate the podium, so that might be why it's taking a few more minutes. Now, there is a car that never even got to the grid, because number 15, which is the Tarun Kumar Suzuki Zen, which has had all sorts of problems over the weekend, never arrived at the end of the outlap and never took part in the race. So it is on a tow rope, as also is Ashish Ramaswamy's car. And let's try and find out what happened to Ashish Ramaswamy. 2 race wins, but in the 3rd race, I'm afraid, Louise, big problems for Ashish.
Ashish, what can I say to you? It's such a shame to see you pull over there.
Yeah, I mean, I had a big lead in the first lap itself, and I thought the race was in my hand. But such is the sport. I mean, anything can happen, and I don't think I'm disappointed at all, because I've had 2 good races this weekend, and 1 bad race doesn't spoil the championship. So we are going to come back strong next round.
What happened?
Well, it was a pure engine failure, and it happened in the, I think, in the 3rd or the 4th lap, and that's it. Just an engine failure, I guess. Nothing more to say about that.
I felt like I had a part to play in it, saying about the three on the grid.
No, not at all, not at all. These things, you just can't predict these things. I mean, sometimes it happens. Racing is such a sport that sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and I guess this is the time that I lost.
I mean, I feel a little bit bad, but your car's going past us right now.
Yeah, the car's going past us. Well, the beauty still looks like a beauty, so we'll get her done by next round.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for being a good sport.
Thank you so much.
As he says, 2 wins out of 3 races. Not too bad a weekend. Others have just been happy to have a finish, haven't they, at the very end? So very mixed fortunes for some of the drivers. There is the car, though, of Ashish Ramaswamy, one of many in the end being brought back in. So looking down to the top end of the pit lane, are we going to have a podium ceremony for this race? The MRF Challenge final race of the season is the remaining race here at this Power Speed Festival at the Madras Motor Race Track. And the championship already won by Felipe Drugovich, but 2nd place up for grabs, so that's the fight to look for when the cars take to the track, and that race starting in about half an hour's time. But as the MRF Challenge drivers get themselves ready in the sunshine, the Madras Motorsports Club recognises 66 years of organising motorsport, and the sport in India continues to go from strength to strength. So the grid boards are there. The grid girls will be making their way onto the track shortly. Drivers getting in cars, they'll do a formation lap through the pit lane and then make their way round onto the grid. And the touring car drivers, I think, now gravitating back towards their teams in the pit lane. And we will concentrate in a few minutes on the build-up to the last MRF Challenge race of the season, with Felipe Drugovich going into it as the champion already, and with 9 race wins under his belt. In the Indian Touring Car Championship element of the race, Biren Putawala, who comes onto the podium first of all. The Honda Jazz driver takes 3rd spot. Best result for him of the weekend.
Team Prime Racing, C. Rajaram.
2nd goes the way of C. Rajaram. And after 2 non-finishes, that's a much better result to round out his weekend.
Team Arca Motorsports, V. Nikantram.
And the winner is V. Nikantram, who after a podium yesterday, a 3rd, and then a spin and some damage in the retirement in race 2, rounds out the weekend in style with a victory and the biggest trophy of the lot. And it's going to be the Arca Motorsports team represented on the podium here as well. So a bittersweet race in a sense for Arca, because Ramaswamy's car retires, but it still gives the win to another one from the fleet. So the Indian Touring Car Championship drivers about to make their way off the podium. As we turn next to the drivers in the Superstock class, where Ravi Shaker makes his way onto the podium.
From Team N1 Racing, Swajit Acharekar.
Swajit Acharekar taking 2nd place in the Superstock.
The winner from Team Performance Racing,
And from Performance Racing, the winning driver about to step forward. And this time around, the Superstock honours taken by
Ramdas from Performance Racing.
Honda of Srinivas Ijtc. It's another Performance Racing win, so the team is represented there as well. So slightly jumbled top three in the final race compared to what we had from race 2 earlier on. So 2 classes down, 2 to go from this final touring car race podium. 4 photographs to be taken, then the drivers will make their way off the podium and we'll turn our attention to the next of the classes.
Moving on to the
very impressive trophies that the Madras Motorsports Club give to the winning drivers. As the drivers then for the junior class come to the podium, and Nikunj Vaj it is who takes 3rd spot. Teammate, of course, to Baran Pitewala, who we saw taking 3rd in the Indian Touring Car Championship, the Honda Jazz. 2nd goes to a class winner this weekend, Prabhu A.S. But after missing race 1, 2nd in race 2, and winning race 3 despite gearbox problems at the end of qualifying, Chris D'Souza is the winner for race 3 in the Indian Junior Touring Car Championship. And the Unimet Racing squad will be represented on the podium. Keith D'Souza, himself a former junior champion, represents the team. Keith, no mean racer himself, takes the trophy, joins brother Chris, and celebrations get underway. So bravo to the juniors, and then we turn to the Esteem Cup, where it was Ajit Mailander taking 3rd place. Up to the podium he steps, to be joined in a moment by Vinod S, who takes yet another 2nd, perennial bridesmaid this weekend. And then for the class win very shortly, it will be local hero Raghu Rangasamy, the Chennai driver, as there Vinod S gets yet another 2nd place trophy. But Raghu Rangasamy it is who secures the win, and he makes his way now up onto the podium, winner of the Esteem Cup, doing the treble in the class over the course of the weekend. Performance Racing represented on the podium as the winning team, and well done to Raghu Rangasamy. All our Indian Touring Car Championship podiums are done. We look forward next to the MRF Challenge coming up in about a quarter of an hour's time. Colds will be leaving the grid. Louise Beckett and David Anderson, bye for now.
Thank you.